In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to integrate Stripe with Supabase. By the end, you'll have the structure in place to connect your Supabase project to Stripe so you can associate users with Stripe customers and prepare your app for subscriptions, payments, and receipts. First, open the Supabase dashboard and sign in. Head to your workspace and open the project you want to use. If you have multiple projects, make sure you're inside the one that contains your application data, because we'll be creating a table and adjusting authentication settings specifically for this project. On the left sidebar, go to Table Editor. This is where you manage your database schema. We're going to create a new table that will hold information related to Stripe, including a place to store a Stripe customer ID for each user. Click Create a table, then give the table a clear, descriptive name. Many teams call this table profiles or customers, but you can choose whatever fits your app. Add a short description so future you or your teammates immediately understand what this table is for. Good descriptions make onboarding and debugging much easier. Next, move down to the column section. This is where you define the fields your app will use. Click Add Column to create a new field. For the name, type Stripe Customer Ad. This will be the value you use to link a Supabase user to their corresponding customer in Stripe. Choosing a good column type is important here. Stripe customer IDs are strings, so in most cases you'll store this as text. If you're experimenting or prototyping, you can leave it nullable at first and fill it later via your application code or a webhook. If you plan to enforce that every user must have a Stripe customer, you can later mark it as not nullable and add a unique constraint. When the interface asks you to choose a column type, you'll see many options. For timestamp fields, select timestamp Ts so your dates include time zone awareness. If you're adding a created at or updated at column, a best practice is to choose timestamp Ts and set the default to now. That ensures each new row automatically records when it was created without extra code. If you see a default option, pick now for timestamp columns to automate that for you. This keeps your data consistent and makes auditing much easier. Once your columns look correct, click Save to create the table. Now let's make sure your authentication is set up to work with Stripe. In the left sidebar, open Authentication. This section controls how users sign up and sign in, which is crucial because you'll typically create or attach a Stripe customer record when a user account is created or when they first attempt to purchase something. Go to Sign In and then Providers. Here you'll see the list of authentication providers available for your project. Open the email option and make sure it's enabled. Email-based auth is straightforward to implement and is commonly used with Stripe because it gives you a stable identifier to tie your Supabase user to a Stripe customer. If you're sending confirmation emails, double-check your SMTP settings and templates so users receive messages reliably. Also consider whether you want to enable email confirmations to reduce fraudulent signups before you create customers in Stripe. At this point, you have the core database pieces set up for Stripe integration and authentication configured to identify your users. In most production apps, your application code will create a Stripe customer when a new user signs up, then save the Stripe customer ID into the Stripe customer ID column you created. Later, when you start handling subscriptions or one-time payments, you'll use that stored ID to manage checkout sessions, invoices, and customer portals. If you decide to track timestamps for record creation or updates, using Timestamp tab with a default now will keep that bookkeeping automatic and accurate. To recap, you opened your Supabase project, created a table with a Stripe customer ID field ready to store the link to Stripe, saved your schema, and enabled the email provider under authentication. With these foundations in place, you're set up to connect your app logic or serverless functions to Stripe's API and keep your user data in sync. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.